Now I want to talk about something very, very, very important. And it's not just for Supreme. It's for Premium Max Trader. It's for any type of trading. And it's going to change the way you think about losses. Okay? But I want you to understand of how real trading works and why you should love your losses, love your drawdowns, because it's the only way that your portfolio will go up. Okay, you can see that I've put all of the trades that we have done in real life over a year, and we've done it all the way up to the 17th of April 2024. So we have included nearly all of the trades that we have taken since inception of Supreme Multi-Trader. The most important element is right here. Okay, and that is the underwater drawdown charts. Now, I have called this underwater drawdown chart. It's not something you can find on Google. It's not something you can find by any trader. And I think it's very relevant as to how realistic profitable trading works. When your portfolio is at all-time highs, the drawdown is at zero. As soon as the portfolio dips below the all-time highs, you are in drawdown. When you take a loss, you are in drawdown. So a drawdown is not just extended period of losses. It's basically the point where your portfolio has gone from all-time highs and now it's dipped. It can dip 0.01%, you could be in drawdown. It can dip 20% and you'll be in drawdown. When the portfolio is at zero drawdown, it means that it's at all-time highs, which is seldom. Majority of the time, the portfolio is at drawdown. Okay. Now, what we can do is we can say, all right, how many elements are there? 58% of the time, we are in drawdown. Just what we expected, that more often than not, we are in drawdown. So the portfolio you can see, the drawdown can be quite extended. So for 10 consecutive trades, we were in drawdown. And then at zero, it means that the portfolio reached all-time highs. That means you're winning. And then you see we took another winner and went even higher. Then we took a loss and we're in drawdown. But then 4 winners in a row and the portfolio continued going up. Only when the portfolio is at all-time highs. So now let's see this in a chart. And I called this the underwater drawdown chart. And here it is. What's interesting is I have not included this as accumulative profit and losses. I've done this as if you are trading one contract. Every point that the market drops, you lose 1 rand. If the market drops 677 points, you lose 677 rand. So these are trades, and you can see how much drawdown your portfolio goes through. You can also see the biggest drawdown that you had. So with a 100,000 Rand portfolio, your portfolio was down 844 Rand. You can see on average, it goes to about 400 to 500 is on average. You can see that the biggest drawdowns we had in 2023 up to 2024, keeping the portfolio at 100,000 Rand and keeping that we're only trading one contract per CFD, the biggest drawdowns were 675, 844, 602, 677, 774, 637. So as long as the drawdowns take place, but then the market goes back, in a favorable territory, and the market goes to all-time highs, as it hits zero, means that we have a profitable system. So if you, in the 3rd of April 2023, we went through a lot of drawdowns, but it kept going back to zero, which means that our portfolio eventually went to all-time highs. So as long as it's doing that, we have a profitable system. We can continue to deposit more money into our accounts so that we can grow it on a weekly basis or a quarterly basis. If you compounded, your portfolio was, say, 200,000 Rand account, and you still risk 0.5%, obviously the drawdowns will be bigger because you're taking more contracts, but the portfolio goes back to zero, which means it's making all-time highs. So with a 100,000 Rand account, if you compounded this, you would see that your portfolio would be down with drawdowns 1.5%, 2.4%, 1,564 Rand on a 100,000 Rand account, and it compounds. I thought that was very interesting. You can always look at the equity curve as well to see how your portfolio is doing. And during drawdowns, there's these little dips, and then it goes up and it hits all-time highs. So that's where the portfolio goes back to zero with the underwater chart. It's at the surface before back into drawdown again. So it goes down, goes to all-time highs, down, all-time highs, sideways for quite a while, all-time highs. And as long as it's going to all-time highs, as long as it's on a trajectory up, as long as you are following the system and strategy, we have nothing to worry about when it comes to drawdowns and losses. And I'm sure it puts a different perspective with how you should feel about losses in the future, because they are inevitable. And when you see this underwater drawdown chart, you actually have a reference for when you are down in your portfolio. Compare it to the past and you'll realize that it's not as bad as you think it is.